November 6th. They look nice, typed up like that, on blue paper, on a yellow board. But still don't tell anyone who wrote them, okay? And what does anonymous mean? Is it good? November 9th. I don't have any pets, so I can't write about one. And especially, I can't write a poem about one. November 15th. Yes, I used to have a pet. I don't want to write about it. You're going to ask me, why not? Right? November 22nd. Pretend I still have that pet? Can't I make up a pet? A different one? Like a tiger? Or a hamster? A goldfish? Turtle? Snail? Worm? Flea? November 29th. I liked those small poems we read today. When they're small like that, you can read a whole bunch in a short time, and then in your head are all the pictures of all the small things from all the small poems. I liked how the kitten leaped in the cat poem, and how you could see the long head of the horse in the horse poem, and especially I liked the dog in the dog poem, because that's just how my yellow dog used to lie down, with his tongue all limp and his chin between his paws, and how he'd sometimes chomp at a fly and then sleep in his loose skin, just like that poet, Miss Valerie Worth, says in her small dog poem. December 4th. Why do you want to type up what I wrote about reading the small poems? It's not a poem, is it? I guess you can put it on the board if you want to, but don't put my name on it in case other people think it's not a poem. December 13th. I guess it does look like a poem when you see it typed up like that. But I think maybe it would look better if there was more space between the lines, like how I wrote it the first time. And I liked the picture of the yellow dog you put beside it. But that's not how my yellow dog looked. January 10th. I really did not get the pasture poem you read today. I mean, somebody's going out to the pasture to clean the spring and to get the little tottery calf while he's out there, and he isn't going to be gone long, and he wants you, who is you, to come too. I mean, really. And you said that Mr. Robert Frost, who wrote about the pasture, was also the one who wrote about those snowy woods and the miles to go before he sleeps. Well, I think Mr. Robert Frost has a little too much time on his hands. January 17th. Remember the wheelbarrow poem you read the first week of school? Maybe the wheelbarrow poet was just making a picture with words, and someone else, like maybe his teacher, typed it up. And then people thought it was a poem because it looked like one typed up like that. And maybe that's the same thing that happened with Mr. Robert Frost. Maybe he was just making pictures with words about the snowy woods and the pasture, and his teacher typed them up, and they looked like poems, so people thought they were poems, like how you did, with the blue car things, and reading the small poems thing, on the board, typed up. They look like poems, and the other kids are looking at them, and they think they really are poems, and they are all saying, who wrote that? January 24th. We were going for a drive, and my father said, we won't be gone long, you come too. And so I went, and we drove and drove until we stopped at a red brick building with a sign in blue letters, Animal Protection Shelter. And inside we walked down a long cement path, past cages with all kinds of dogs, big and small, fat and skinny, some of them hiding in the corner, but most of them barking and jumping up against the wire cage as we walked past, as if they were saying, "Me, choose me, I'm the best one." And that's where we saw the yellow dog, standing against the cage, with his paws curled around the wire and his long red tongue hanging out, and his big black eyes looking a little sad, and his long tail wagging, as if he were saying, "Me, choose me." And we did. We chose him. And in the car, he put his head against my chest and wrapped his paws around my arm, as if he were saying, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." And the other dogs in the cages get killed dead if nobody chooses them. Yes, you can type up what I wrote about my yellow dog, but leave off the part about the other dogs getting killed dead, because that's too sad. And don't put my name on it, please. And maybe it would look good on yellow paper. And maybe the title should be, "You Come Too."